Right now, here on planet Earth, there is a big, big battle going on. And this battle is with our consciousness. This is spiritual warfare. The people that have been running this country for years and many countries of the world have been oppressing us through mainstream media, through the mainstream narrative that everyone just laps up and believes with their very limited one viewpoint, one way thinking system. Um, we're brainwashing our schooling system to think a certain way, act a certain way, not question authority, not challenge authority, not to be free thinking, free willed human beings. Now you have to understand our lives are with the divine power. Our lives are with our creator. So what we do in our lives and our free will is between us and God, and or us and our creator. So you don't have to follow this totalitarian, oppressive tyranny that the government are putting us under, because they don't control our lives. We control our own lives, not them. So this all ends when the people stand up and step into their power and fight back on the oppression that's been put in place against us. But many people are just completely passive and ignorant to what's actually going on, and they're not bothered in the slightest bit, because all they think about it and care about is themselves. And this very low level frequency attitude, yeah, and vibration is not getting us anywhere. It's just keeping us trapped in repeating cycles that aren't hoping benefit humanity in any way. And because of this selfish, ignorant attitude, yeah, we are causing pain and poverty and inflicting harm onto others and innocent children that are being raped and molested by satanic paedophiles, by the guys that are in charge of your countries, by members of parliament, yeah. And many of us just people just turn a blind eye to it, put it under the rug, and have this attitude, oh, what can I do anyway, or rah rah rah, and they just don't care. They're just happy as long as they can go to their shop, come back home, sit on the sofa, turn the TV on. They just don't give a fuck. They just don't care. They just really don't care. So when will all this stop? All this will stop when, like I say, when people step into the power, start doing their own research, and understand how energy works, understand how all of life is spiritual. You have to unlearn all the false information you have been programmed with. And this takes time and patience. But you have to do it, because if you just go with what you've been taught your whole life, or what your parents have taught you, yeah, then you don't know the truth. Like, you only know a certain limited perspective of what you think life is about. And life is very, very broad and very expansive. And the more you enlighten yourself and the more you teach yourself, then the more empowered you become, the more knowledge you download, the more enlightened you become as a being. So you don't need to protect your soul for other people from this COVID scam. Like, it's all part of the brainwashing and social conditioning. Instead, you need to do your bit on fighting for your freedom, for your free will, against your paedophile satanic masters who are running this shit show. Like I said, this ends when we all stand up. Oxygen, just having the right to breathe in fresh oxygen, yeah, is your own God-given right. So why are you wearing a mask, yeah? Like, come on, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Like, why are you wearing a mask, yeah, when it's your own God-given right to be able to breathe in fresh oxygen? If we, like, use your common sense, if we was in a real pandemic, yeah, people would be dropping dead like flies left, right, and centre. You would be genuinely scared to go out, and if you did go out, you'd be wearing more than a little £2 face mask. Do you know what I mean? There'll be ambulance sirens going off 24/7. It'll be more of a police state, it'll be more like martial law. It's not that, because this scandemic, this pandemic's all made up. Oh, 1 week you can go out to the pub, you can go out whenever you want. The next week, oh no, you got to be in at 8, and then, oh, 1 week we're shutting this, next week we're opening this. It's all bullshit, man. Like, when are you lot gonna pull your heads out your asses and wake up? It's fucking embarrassing. Like, these celebs and these sports personalities understand, yeah, they're under contracts, they're under oath. They can't say certain stuff, they can't speak their truth, yeah, because why? They have a contract. You know, they can't lose customers. They've got to look good in the mainstream commercial eye. You know what I mean? They've got to protect their image and their brand royalties, and then their brands are oppressing them on their freedom of speech and what they can say. Basically, they've sold their souls. And a lot of these celebs and these Instagram influencers, you can pay them, and you know they'll do and say what you want, because obviously the people that are running this shit show, they know the power of these influencers and these celebrities' influence over people. Because once these influencers tell you to do or say anything these days, hordes of brainless, dead inside followers will just believe it like it's Bible. And if you're still just using your social media platforms to post pics for clout or pics of you drinking, then you, my friend, are a dickhead. Like Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing, Kenzo, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, Alexander McQueen's, yeah, they aren't going to save you from the spiritual warfare taking place on Gaia, on Mother Earth right now. It's up to us, the people, to pattern our mindsets so that we can free ourselves from this oppression and live in abundance. Half of you don't even care, like, your minds are infected, you have no souls, you've been diseased by the constant scrolling, the dopamine app machines, the lustful sex, the free porn, the alcohol, you know, which is lowering your frequency. Like, alcohol's a depressant. And now you're dead inside, yeah, and you can't fight back or stand for anything. All you know is trying to look good for likes for an app. You're living your life to look good on a smartphone, when in real life you're a nobody. You have no genuine value to offer, apart from, I look good on Instagram, I look good on social media, oh, I got this amount of likes on my pic. No one gives a fuck in the real world. Like, no one cares. Like, I've got 20k followers, so my life revolves around chasing validation and getting that instant, meaningless gratification from likes. And then what? You now have a massively overinflated ego and think you're above everyone else just because some shit brand send you some free stuff to wear. Or I get my arse and tits out for the clout, yeah. Or what? Like, just to, like I say, just to yet again look good online. Like, you're doing fuck all for society. Like, you're not doing anything beneficial for society. Understand, being photogenic doesn't mean shit, yeah. You just stood there like a model, posing for some brands, yeah, that don't care about you in it, just to make them richer. Half these brands, yeah, don't represent black people or other ethnic minorities properly anyway. They only want white faces representing their brands anyway. Not that it's just about that, but just another heads up. And anyway, it's about your soul and your mindset and what you stand for, how you live, your faith. You know, what you do for your community and the people around you. That's what matters. Anyway, most of this will just go straight over people's heads, as I've witnessed for many years on this earth. Certain people can't stand when, you know, like coloured mans or, you know, different ethnic minorities step into their power and embody their full truth. Like, I'm not an English man like that. I've just been born in this country. I've gathered the majority of Brits here, they just don't care, they're passive. They just bend over backwards to whatever the government says. Like, this country, I don't know why it's called Great Britain. Like, welcome to not so Great Britain, where conformity is the aim of the game. Like, there's more to life than pub, a bag of whiff, and a 3 p.m. kickoff. Don't get me wrong, I love football, and like this constant, I can't wait for the weekend culture, like gagging to go out clubbing, or just go out to bars with your girlfriend so you can sit there boomeranging cocktails. Like, you just go out to sit there with your phones in your hand, like drinking. Like, you're doing nothing for society, you're doing nothing for humanity, you're doing nothing to better the embodiment of the human race. Like, we're all here to evolve, live, learn, love, grow, not just to fucking sit there, yeah, chasing dopamine, killing ourselves, poisoning ourselves with alcohol and drugs and bullshit. No, that's not what we came to this earth, that's not what we came here to do. Like, we're way deeper spiritual beings than that. It's pretty incredible to consider that right now governments are like, in order to keep you safe, we need to impoverish you, imprison you, force you to wear a mask and vaccinate you, plus separate you from your family and friends. And there's just millions of people out there that are just like, oh yeah, it's okay. Like, are you people alright? Like, what the fuck is wrong with your brains? Like, you're infected. You're absolutely infected. You're infected by this shaitan. Like, these demonic companies, yeah, and these satanic leaders, yeah, have devised a complete and perfect AI strategy, yeah, to completely fuck up your brains, and it's clearly working. But like, you have to understand, like, I've seen my grandma once this year, yeah, because she's an 80-year-old plus woman that obviously she believes everything she gets told on the news, like most elderly people do. And to completely make an elderly person question their mindset and narrative here is not fair. Like, it's not right on them. But this fear mongering, like, is stopping people from seeing their own family members. Older family members are scared to come see them because of all the fear mongering and all the scare tactics the mainstream media use. It's not right in any way. I feel like the government could take their children, houses, husbands, and wives, and these idiots would still be like, "We're all in this together, yay! Like, we're all in this together. Let's all clap for the NHS." Like, you fucking dumb, soulless bastard. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your mind? Like, wake up and smell the coffee, man. You need to get out into the street. You need to go into your next local protest. You need to stand up against this tyranny. Like, the people of Britain just don't care. Like, the natives of Great Britain, yeah, are the reason we're in this mess. Like, it's their culture, not ours. Only a select few have the balls and the mindset to see through the bullshit. The rest of them are just plugged into their Rule Britannia, pagan, Babylon, obey, divide and conquer way of living. Like, it's not right. It's really not right. Yeah, spending too much time on social media isn't just a bad habit, it can have some real consequences. Science shows that we are basically carrying around little dopamine stimulators in our pockets that are releasing harmful EMF frequencies. EMF means electromagnetic frequencies. You need to do some research into this also, because electromagnetic frequencies are all around us and they're very harmful to us, and they come from a wide array of many different devices. So it's not surprising that we're constantly distracted by our phones. When a person posts a picture and gets positive social feedback, it stimulates the brain to release dopamine, the same as that first bite of chocolate. The consumption of sugary foods and drinks, fast food, and the mass porn consumption, amongst many, have our brains and our dopamine receptors being bombarded to unhealthy levels. Basically, we're frazzled inside. Like, most people's brains are just frazzled. You look into their brains, yeah, they're just some fluoride zombies. Their brains are not there. You look into their eyes to get rid of the soul, and like I said, they're not there. They're dead inside. Ultimately, as humanity, we have to get back to nature, which is our true life force, referred to books instead of the internet. The human race has been dragged into the fast food trending topic society, and it's now considered normal. This is not normal. See where your liberal backward asses have got us now, yeah? Life is about morals, virtues, discipline, authenticity, integrity, and most importantly, everything, including us, is energy. Like, everything has a vibration, everything is energy. A basic book to start to understand the world would be the Kybalion. It is just 7 hermetic principles about how the world actually works, not this fake, superficial, materialistic bullshit half you brain-dead zombies buy into. Rise of the Real, you know what it is. That's me for the week.